belly fat is pretty easy to gain,
but very hard to lose. And in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you guys how to lose your belly fat in 1 week. How blunt of you. Did you really believe that? But I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's impossible to lose your belly fat in 1 week, even with plan.
I actually tried it last year, starving for a week to lose 4 kilos of body weight. Most of it was simply water weight and only some bits of fat. There is so much BS content out there trying to advertise some woo-woo product, which would give you a six-pack in a week.
You're going to bring the blade directly above the head in a 2-hand top grip. We're going to do an overhead press. We're going to start pressing. Feel that?
If you ever bought one of these products, you simply got scammed.
Look, it's so easy to fall into the trap of instant gratification. I'm not too good at it either, because there are a lot of things which I'm not doing right, and that's also the reason why I'm not having a six-pack. But I'm a normal human being like you. I've got a normal job, and I'm also in the middle of my bachelor's degree, so fitness is not the only thing in my life. So I really hope that you stick with me through this video today, so I can actually give you some practical tips.
This, my friend, was my physique last year in July. I was insecure and not happy with how my body looked like. That's also the very first reason why I started to hit the gym 3 years ago. During those next 3 months, I committed myself fully to my body, and it took me 3 months to go from 85 kilos to 74 kilos. And that's how I looked after 90 days. That was the leanest I've ever looked in my life.
I want to be completely transparent with my results. The only supplements I used during this time was this isolated whey protein powder, and for the last 30 days of the challenge I tried creatine. But before we can move a step further, let me quickly explain you how calories work.
The ideal daily intake of calories varies depending on age, metabolism and levels of physical activity, among other things. Generally, the recommended daily calorie intake is 2,000 calories a day for women and 2,500 for men. That's what the NHS National Health Service from the UK recommends to its people.
I mean, you've probably heard about the quote, 80% of your abs are made in the kitchen and only 20% in the gym.
Here is my personal advice regarding the diet part. Don't restrict yourself completely and don't get too obsessive with it. I mean, if you actually want the six-pack, go ahead and track all your macronutrients and calories for the rest of your life. But for most people who are watching this video right now, that shouldn't be your goal. It's simply about losing your belly fat.
And I most likely assume that you're not planning to get the next Mr. Classic Physique Olympia.
5-time Olympian champion, Chris Bumstead.
Tracking your calories is a good thing, but in my opinion, to simply get an understanding of how much you're actually eating, that should be your main goal. You want to get a better understanding of how much calories you're eating and what macronutrients there are, and for that, you need to track those calories for a couple of months. Use for that process a free app called MyFitnessPal. It's pretty easy to use and you can scan all your items and it's tracking all the macronutrients and calories for free. Without that knowledge, you'll never understand with what you're fueling your body with. It's the same with cars. Do you tank it up with diesel or petrol?
Now, before you even start doing that, let me ask the simple question. Why do you want to lose your belly fat and how far do you actually want to go?
Shredded summer body with a six-pack? Or do you simply want to feel a little bit more confident in yourself? For me, it's the latter, and that's something you have to be clear about before starting with anything. Stop comparing yourself to the fitness influencers. They do that to make a living out of it, and you underestimate the amount of other substances involved. My goal is clear. I want to balance out my life with physical activity and feel a bit more confident in myself. And for that, I don't need to go down to those 10% body fat.
Now pause this video and select your own range. You might not get to that physique that I've showed you in the picture with that body fat percentage, because everyone's bodies are built differently, so choose wisely why and if you want to get down there.
I'm a food lover and I'm 100% sure that my diet and my food tracking part is not the best. I would categorize myself at around 17% of body fat right now. I love desserts and I simply like to treat myself with big pizzas and burgers. The treating myself part is not the issue, but the amount is.
Now that's my problem at the moment. Eating an increased amount of sugar instead of simple carbs like rice. During your weight loss journey, that's quite counterproductive, making you crave even more sugary items and hungry all the time.
Work with moderate cheat days and add in some kind of treat every day, so you can look forward to something.
It doesn't have to be fancy, like ice cream or stuff like that. For me, it's simply some skyr yolk. Now, total calories for this dessert are roughly 250 calories. Combined with some dark chocolate, 85%. But I have to mention, there is quite some sugar in these items, but that's my treat.
And just make sure that these cheat days don't compensate for all the caloric deficit, which you've been building up over the past week.
Another crucial part is also your stress levels. Like, that's something which I realized as well. What a big contribution that has to your weight loss journey. Comment down below if you're interested in a video which talks in depth about stress.
Now, another underestimated factor is sleep. If you really want to make the best progress, you need to have a proper sleep schedule with 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Your body needs that rest, so don't sleep like me 5 to 6 hours.
Alright guys, that's the diet and also the sleeping part, which in my opinion are the hardest ones. Now the other small part is your training. If you're a food lover like I am, there is also the opportunity or possibility to burn some extra calories with cardio. Do your cardio activities outside in the nature. On this journey you are in for the progress and not perfection.
Don't get me wrong on that one, because that's something I've learned in 2024. I love the gym, but I realized in the past year that I spent all of my time inside a room lifting some weights instead of enjoying life outside as well. And that's why I changed up a lot of things this year.
Which also meant trying out different types of cardio exercises.
I think hiking is a great option to really benefit from tanking up your energy levels from the nature itself.
You can really calm down, and it's kind of a gentle cardio session.
Or you can try out something new, and that was tennis for me.
Alright, let's try. Got it! Oh shit! What a fight!
And I was really excited to try out some basketball after a long time again, but...
No way! It just broke. How unlucky I must be, honestly. That's just bad luck today. Sitting all day at uni. Let's go! Maybe if I have a proper basketball, I can be Kobe Bryant or something. Yeah, probably not, but basketball is something which I'm not playing that often. First of all, didn't have a ball. Second of all, I'm not the best shooter, as you can see. Or maybe not.
And it works even if you don't have a great day, as you see. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how, but you have to do some kind of activity to lose your belly fat. Just make that part of your journey really enjoyable, because without enjoying that part, you're not going to keep yourself accountable.
Oh, no way.
At the end of the day, it's about finding your own balance and defining your own goals. You need to be crystal clear with those, and don't compare it to the social media influencer. Look at my physique in 2020. That's how I looked back then. And now 4 years later, I'm slightly bigger, yes, but there is an even more important part to it. I'm not so insecure about my body anymore. That's the major thing. Try to be healthy, have a balanced lifestyle, and most importantly, simply enjoy the process.
I know, you might be quite disappointed right now that I didn't provide you with any big formula or magic formula to lose your belly fat in 1 week. Nevertheless, there is one big recommendation I can give to you, and that is simply going on walks, especially during times where we are working from home and spending all of our free time in front of a computer. I would definitely recommend to you to go on simple and short walks in the morning or in the evenings. That has been a big contribution factor this year on my weight loss journey, so if you're interested in a video in depth about that, make sure you watch this video right up here, where I was walking 30,000 steps for a week and give some practical tips for you.